Tower AC is erected by two supporting wires, AB and DB. Both wires are tied up with peg at B. We will be finding distance between B and foot of the tower at C. So in order to find the distance BC, we consider triangle ABC. Consider triangle ABC. In this triangle, if 60 degree is the angle under consideration, then the side opposite to 60 degree is called opposite, and side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse, and the leftover side is adjacent. So cos 60 degree would be equal to, the ratio is between adjacent and hypotenuse, so this is adjacent over hypotenuse. That's the definition of the ratio of cos 60 degree. So from this, cos 60 degree will be equal to, adjacent is BC over what is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is AB and its value is equal to 10. So BC will be equal to, BC is equal to 10 times cos 60 degree and 10 times cos 60 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So the answer would be 5 for the value of BC. This is distance between peg with which both the wires are tied up and foot of the tower. So that was the first part to be answered. The second part is find angle of inclination of the shorter wire. If this angle is named as theta, if theta is the angle, if theta is the angle between BD and BC, then cos of theta would be equal to, again, adjacent over hypotenuse, but this time hypotenuse would be BD, is equal to adjacent over BD, because we are talking about the triangle BDC. So this time BD is equal to 8 and adjacent we have already found, that is equal to 5. Therefore, we can say cos theta is equal to 5 over 8. And if we need to find theta, theta would be equal to cos inverse of 5 over 8 is equal to 0.625, and this is equal to 51.3 degrees. 3 degrees. This is the angle which the shorter wire makes with the horizontal. Now for part 3, we will be finding the distance between AD. And for this distance, we will again consider the triangle ABC. Again, we consider triangle ABC. Again, we consider triangle ABC, and this time from this triangle we will be finding the ratio between opposite and the hypotenuse, that will be sine 60 degree. So sine 60 degree will be equal to sine 60 degree will be equal to AC over 10. This will give us AC equal to 10 times sine 60 degree, and 10 times sine 60 is equal to 0.86. So the answer is equal to 8.6. And similarly, if we consider the triangle, the shorter triangle BDC, also from triangle BDC, also from triangle BDC, DC, which is opposite over hypotenuse, which is 8, is equal to sine of 51.3 degrees. This means DC is equal to 8 times sine of 51.3 degrees, and sine of 51.3 degree is equal to 0.78, and upon simplification this gives us 6.24. 6.24. Now the required distance, required distance is AD, which is equal to 8.6 minus 6.24, and this will be equal to 2.36. So this is answer to our third question. Now there is another question in which calculate LM. So LM is this L and this is M, and let us call this A and C here. If this is C, in order to find out the length LM, we will need hypotenuse AL, which we will calculate from this triangle ACL. So to find AL, we consider triangle ACL. We consider triangle ACL. So from this triangle we are required to find AL. So we define sine of 45 degree. Sine of 45 degree is equal to sine of 45 degree is equal to CL is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, and opposite is in this case is this is opposite, and side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse for this. So this would be sine 45, that is 0.707, is equal to 7 over AL, and that would be equal to AL would be equal to 7 over 0.707. This would be equal to 9.9. And now once we have found this hypotenuse, that is a common hypotenuse to both triangle. So if this is 9.9, and we are required to find ML. Now we can take a look at this triangle AML. Now we consider triangle ALM. ALM, and for this cos of 30 degree, because if this is the angle under consideration, then the side opposite to angle would be opposite. This AL is already hypotenuse because it's opposite to 90 degree, and this is adjacent. Cos is the ratio between adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 9.9 in this case. So cos 30 degree is equal to, adjacent is ML, which we need to find out, ML over 9.9, and this way we get ML equal to 9.9 times cos of 30 degree, and cos 30 degree is equal to 0.86. So 9.9 times 0.86, and this gives us 8.51, which is required length of ML, which is required length of ML, which is required length of ML.